Well, we're getting set for race number 1, race 17 of the 2018 Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks. For the first time ever at Glen, Helen Raceway this afternoon. Matt Nolte and Sean Cermony with you, ready for 10 laps around this historical course. And the first time into Talladega, Sean Cermony, is going to be insane, to say the least.
Oh, absolutely. For those of you that saw some practice and qualifying earlier, man, it was wild. We had a couple trucks upside down, a couple of them barrel rolling here and there, and some wild ride. The elevation changes alone here at Glen Helen are absolutely unreal. We're going up literally 300, 350 feet up and down. So different from what we've seen in the past. This is Land Rush starting. 12 trucks qualifying per usual. The big money goes to the $3,000 goes to the fastest qualifier and the points as well. 5 points fastest qualifier, 4 points for the second fastest, on down to 1 point for the fifth fastest. 6 through 12 got no points. As we see, the RPMs are up. They're ready to go here. This is scheduled for 10 laps. After lap number 5, it'll be a mandatory competition caution. Stack them back up, single file rolling start, and 5 more laps to bring us to the 10th, which will be the checkered flag. As Matt Nolte, we are ready to go. Green flag racing here at Glen Helen.
So a very different looking form-up. The 6 bottom from qualifying will start on the front row. A bit of a gap to the next 6 drivers. It was topped by Sheldon Creed, this year's ARCA Series champion. We are underway for race number 1 of the weekend as big rooster tails of dirt spray off the back of these Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks, and to charge to the top into turn number 1. They're 4 wide, Sean Cermony. 4 wide at the top.
Big bar banging action. We got one down over the side already. The number 7 Toyo Tires entry of Robbie Gordon. Not qualifying where he wanted, but got him on the front row. Gets him out in the early lead. Serapis in the number 3. He gets heavy contact. Looks like, I believe it might be Harlan possibly coming over that in second place. Brabham, he moved up into 4th from the second row. We got Jarrett Brooks. He not qualified well either, but started front row, so he's in the BP Fuels entry, sitting in 3rd place. So it's Gordon, Harlan, Brooks, Brabham, Creed streezes in, Serapis, Hoffman, Davis, Mears, Hildebrand, Ari Leindyke Jr., and Potts. That is your top 12.
Man, was that an intense start to the top at Talladega for the first of 10 laps. Eric Davis being pushed along there by, I think it's Casey Mears behind him, and Blade Hildebrand also in the mix. Tailing the back is Cole Potts, but Robbie Gordon leads this one to the crossover here on lap number 1.
Early off the bat, Jeff Hoffman in the 47, the Hawk. He right now already has his hood pushed up a little bit. It'll stay on with the new bungee system, but it might be difficult to see a little bit there, to see it flopping.
Oh! Brooks got 2 wheels and almost went for the second time over the top of the hill. It survived.
Gnarly ride for Brooks right there. There's Hildebrand as well. He gets a wild ride over the Toyo Tires Speed Energy KMC hip. Potts, a little bit of struggle right there as they go up over the back, over the uphill triple section. Here is your leader, Robbie Gordon, into the tabletops.
Lap 1 in the books. 9 more of these, please, on the menu as Gordon leads Jarrett Brooks across at the end of lap number 1. We go back to Sheldon Creed, Gavin Harlan. This is big for the series. Jeff Hoffman with the hood pushed up on the 47. It's Brabham. Serapis is next, then Blade Hildebrand in the 68. Casey Mears towards the back with Davis, Leindyke Jr. and Cole Potts running at the tail of the field. You're watching Blade Hildebrand on the run up to Talladega. Casey Mears returning to the series after racing with us at Road America, and Cole Potts with all the work to do in that HallmarkTrust.com entry.
And going up over the top, it is Gordon in the lead. Behind him, Brooks coming down the BP Fuels truck. It is Sheldon Creed. Creed just signed the deal for a new truck ride for NASCAR for 2019, but he's here with us in Stadium Super Trucks, the 2-time champ, driving the number 57 for the Thrill, Bill Hines. Now to make it work, look at Brooks in the 77 BP Fuels. He almost goes over the edge. Wild racing right here, some tight sections. A lot of paint swapping earlier in race number 1.
Brooks almost got bogged down there in that VP Racing Fuels entry. Here's Gordon going underneath as Serapis and Hildebrand go across the top of him. Magic shot. There's your second place man of Jarrett Brooks. Creed is 3rd, Harlan 4th, and Jeff Hoffman is 5th. As the rest of the field start to string out a bit, as Cole Potts making the move down there at the basin turn, moves up now into 11th position.
All right, now we got a race for the championship here for 2018. It's been happening and unfolding all year long in between Brabham and Harlan. Harlan right now in P4, Brabham in P6. This is where Harlan is at home, on the dirt, doing this type of racing. Brabham, not quite his forte. Is it going to see what's going to happen as it unfolds here? Who's going to get more points as the championship continues after this weekend? But this is an opportunity for Harlan to make big points as Greed with huge air, the number 57 United Fiber and Data truck, sails the KMC tabletop.
We actually lost him above the top of the commentary box window here. Seropsis goes past us there in the number 3, running back in 8th position ahead of Casey Mears. And Cole Potts is on the charge through. Ari Leindyke Jr., here he is, with Potts behind, the HallmarkTrust.com entry. To the top of the hill we go, and Robbie Gordon about to come back into sight and down the hill. You're watching Mears, and Drama at the top of the hill, and it's our race leader that will get a shove back on his 4 wheels, and they keep going. Have you seen anything like this before? That was cool.
And Gordon rolls it up all by himself. Green helps him with a love tag. Says, come on, buddy, let's get it back on all fours as they drag race 3 wide down off of Mount St. Helen.
That was insane, but what's it done? It's made it a 5-truck battle for the lead now. That happened at the tightest point, the blind spot of this track at the top of the hill. So Creed helps Gordon get back on 4 wheels, and we've now got a serious race on our hands.
Sheldon says, thanks for everything you've done for me over the years. Let me help you out, get her back down on 4s. Now, there's Robbie Gordon still in the lead, right hot on his tail. It's Creed, Brooks, Harlan, Hoffman, all guys that are dirt specialists. No big surprise. Who's joining the mix right now? Blade Hildebrand, the Empire Destructive. He's a dirt guy. Matty Brabs, that's the first guy that concentrates on mainly just asphalt. He's doing everything he can right now to hang with these guys. Big, hard, aggressive passes from every one of them.
Wow, that's all I can say about this lap so far. As through they come, it's Brabham clearing the hill on the opposite side of the circuit. The leader's coming into shot here to complete lap number 3. Competition caution at the end of lap number 5. But here comes Sheldon Creed, the showstopper, the party starter, and this year's ARCA Series champion, leads at the end of the lap. Gordon back to second, and Brooks is now in P3.
What a race. There's only room to be 1 truck wide on the front stretch of tabletops, but they're going 2 wide. As right now, it is Creed in the lead. Oh, and Brooks, he tries to get aggressive with Gordon. He rolls her over. I'm wondering, I can't see, he may have landed back on all 4s. Not exactly sure. He is. Brooks and the BP Fuels 77 back on all 4s. He got real race with Gordon. They got together. Brooks got the short end of the stick, lands back over, and off racing he goes.
Creed down the hill, much cleaner this time. Gordon back to second. We look back to Jared Brooks, who's had 3 scary moments in this race alone aboard that VP Racing Fuels entry. Hoffman is next behind Harlan. So there is Brooks behind this group now. He's lost 1 position. And there he is with the VP Racing Fuels entry. Across the top we go with Creed. He's going to be hard to stop, but the competition caution not too far away in this one.
That's right, Sheldon Creed, the showstopper. He now is 21. He's the party starter. As you see him in the United Fiber Data 57, driving that one for points for Bill Hines, looking very comfortable. You see Gordon, he's up on 2 again. Little squirrely today from Robbie Gordon. Saw some wild moves from him. Some have paid off, some have not. Gordon sails the big hip, landing way down at the bottom there. Big air for Robbie Gordon. There's a good shot of CJ Mears in the number 5 through that tight section. Getting through here now through the under part of the under-over. Mears runs it in deep. Harlan right behind him. Almost up on 2. That is Ari Leindyke, followed by Cole Potts. Oh, and Creed. Oh, Creed, he's not the party starter. He's the farmer as he gets into the hay bales, coming real wide through that section.
Very lucky to not be stuck down there in the final turn. Gives Gordon a bit of a chance. Gordon will be thankful we've got the competition caution coming very soon. Brooks comes through to complete the lap as your leader heads towards the top of Talladega. You're watching Seropsis in the number 3, subbing in for Aaron Bumbach, the Strategic Staffing Solutions, number 3, running back in 7th place behind Matt Brabham, who's going with Gavin Harlan here.
Brabham going the wrong direction, not going to be happy with his performance here as he's slowly dropping back a little bit. The DeVilbiss number 83 Hawk Performance driver, Matty Brabs, having a little bit of struggle here. Big battles going on. We see our leaders coming down the hill right now. They are down, going in. That is still Creed out in front. Gordon, Hoffman, he's in the mix. There, if you're looking at home, you see a good shot of our leaders right there. Two different races if you're watching at home or if you're watching here live. There is Sheldon Creed, the 57, whipping it real good. There is Serapis filling in for Baumbach. You see him coming down off the mountain. Meanwhile, there is another shot going under the... There's your leader of Sheldon Creed. Behind him, it is still Gordon up on two. Hoffman behind him. The Hoff, a great performance thus far. That is, I believe it is Harlan. And Brabham right there, they're going around the bull turn as well.
So through the crossover, competition caution not too far away. And Creed in the 57. That number's been lucky in California this year. But for Creed, his only appearance was back in Lake Elsinore back at the start of the year. He won the final race of season 2017. A two-time champion, the most successful winner in series history dating back to 2013. It's now the competition caution comes up. And Glen Helen Raceway, do you love your stadium super trucks? How cool has this been so far? Make some noise out there.
There's Jared Brooks sailing it there at the comp caution. So we're halfway through race number one of two races for this weekend. I don't know who's got a better spot, Matt Nolte. Those of you that are watching here at the track, or those of you that are watching the live stream at home, getting that screen stuff. But some wild stuff. We had several trucks upside down. We've got body parts flying. These guys are on again. It is the tightest track I think Stadium Super Trucks has ever raced. And it shows right here as it's very fast, big elevation changes, big air time, but the tightest we've ever been.
Well, highlight so far has to be that moment at the top of the hill when then race leader Robbie Gordon was on his side blocking the track. A bit of assistance from Sheldon Creed put him back on four wheels, and the race continued on as we got the competition caution happening at this point in time. Blade Hildebrand taking the unplanned Joker lap, and looks like he's out of the race.
Blade Hildebrand is either out of the race or he has a new helmet that looks like a hat.
Yes, done very well with that.
He's not going to be happy. Blade was running quite well, and this is the type of course that he would really shine on. So I'm not sure if it's a mechanical or what had happened there, but sad day for Blade Hildebrand. He deserves a win. He's been running so well, so talented, such a great young driver. But sadly enough, it's not going to happen today.
And Casey Mears also went back into the pits as well in the number 5 United Fibre and Data entry. We're looking in front of this solid crowd watching on here. The live stream, bit of overcast conditions here. Certainly the conditions have cooled right off here at Glen Helen Raceway on the outskirts of San Bernardino here in California. You're watching the Stadium Super Trucks, race 17 of the championship of season 2018. We've finished the Australian series. We're back in North America, and we've got a series to decide. You're looking at Harlan, Brabham, Serapis behind him in the number 3. Behind him is Cole Potts, Lyndyke Jr. and Eric Davis. Great to have ED back behind the wheel, and that always evolving number 75 in Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks as they climb to the top. Bit of a different way of running down the hill for Creed. So it's Robbie Gordon coming down, and will retake his position at the tail of this field. So who's going to win this one? Hard to look past Sheldon Creed, but with the action we've seen in that first 5 laps, it could go absolutely anywhere here in race number 1.
All right, as we're getting ready to go here for the last and final 5 laps, folks, they're going to pack it up. This speed of the restart is going to be decided by Sheldon Creed, the showstopper to the number 57 United Fibre and Data. Think Loud Development Truck filling in for the thrill, Bill Hines. As they're getting ready to come back around, they're going to pack them up top, get them bunched up together, and we're about to go green flag racing, folks. Glen Helen, San Bernardino, make some noise for Stadium Super Trucks. And we're off green flag racing. Creed, big air. Right behind him it is Gordon, Hoffman, Brooks, Harlan, Brabham, Serapis, Potts, Lyndyke, and Davis.
Of the 10 that have survived in this race so far, to the top of Talladega we go. Creed, Gordon, Cream at the top once again. There's Davis on the charge back there in the last spot. Cole Potts running the high side at the top of Talladega. Down the hill we come, And it's Robbie Gordon who's gone stage right and looks like he's out of this race. Same too for Helen. And this is big news. What's going on with the 55? He'll rejoin, but he's dropped a ton of positions.
The 55 comes down, got into that concrete K-rail, set himself way off track, a mistake all on his own. Robbie Gordon, number 7, Toronto tire truck. I'm not sure what happened to him. And now Brooks is done. Brooks is done in the 77. He pulls to the infield as well.
Hoffman's going backwards here as well. Couldn't get the truck turned around, so he's lost 2 or 3 positions, and that should put Brabham up into a pointy position in this race now.
So a lot is unfolding very quickly. Just some crazy stuff going on. Meanwhile, Creed way out in front. It's Serapis. Gets it back on all fours again. Wild ride for him in his debut in Stadium Super Trucks.
So that puts Brabham into second place now in this race, headed by Sheldon Creed. Eric Davis coming through. Harlan towards the tail. Back there in the 55. And here comes Mears back out on the course. So good to see the number 5 United Fibre and Data Entry back on the circuit. And it's game, set and match for Robbie Gordon. There he is on the right-hand side out of today's race.
This looks like maybe a steering rack or something of that nature on Robbie Gordon's turbo tire number 7. Meanwhile, number 57 United Fibre and Data, the showstopper Sheldon Creed out in front with a big lead. He gets over the tables. He just got to stay nice and mellow. But look at Matty Brabs, the number 83 Hawk. The Bilbit truck in P2. Cole Potts sends it. Absolutely sends it. Loses the spot.
And has he done more damage to that HallmarkTrust.com entry? It landed really hard. You can feel it come back through the commentary booth here on the main straight as the leaders climbing towards the top of the hill. It's Creed around the top of the circuit. Brabham, he's some 5 seconds now behind. Creed drops down the hill. Brabham just getting to the top of this Glen Helen Raceway.
And bad news for Potts. His hood's up in his face again. We see this again and again with Potts. Seems like he's not happy until he can't see where he's going. We'll see how it goes as he comes around for the downhill of Mount St. Helen. These guys right up on the very edge of what can happen. Potts, he's got to get on the binders early as he's struggling to get around in the HallmarkTrust.com. Eric Davis, he goes to the inside of him as well. Meanwhile, the Hoffman, he's looking good. Jeff Hoff putting some good pressure on Matt Brabham. Brabham in P2. Hoff in P3. Our leader is Sheldon Creed. He is way out in front with only a handful of laps left to go as he sends that big hit halfway down the landing.
What a season it's been for Sheldon Creed, the 2-time Stadium Super Truck Series champion. We're watching another one on the side now. I think that's Potts. Potts is on his side there, down in the basin. You can just see his helmet through underneath the hood of that HallmarkTrust.com entry.
Fair chance they may or may not leave him where it is. They need to go over and check on the driver. But right now, it looks like they're going to go for a local yellow right there. Local yellow, Cole Potts. His day is over. He's going to stay on his side. Looks like he's fine. He's in good shape. Meanwhile, Jeff Hoffman, he makes the pass in the P2. The Hoff is going after the leader. Matty Brabs traps a spot there. Hoff, this is his kind of track. This is his day. The number 47 has his eyes set on Sheldon Creed.
Picked up his first ever race win in the Stadium Super Trucks in Perth, Western Australia earlier this year in race number 2. His 36th start here today in the series, chasing down a guy who's just making a guest appearance.
Sheldon Creed, I said, hang on to it, little buddy, as he comes down Mount St. Helen, to the right, to the left, back to the right, all kinds of slideways. That 57 is up on the loud pedal on the pipe today.
And has a good margin, doesn't he? Back to Hoffman, it's some 10 seconds between these two. As down to the basin, you'll see Cole Potts. He's back on all 4 wheels. Just the leader arrives. Just enough room to get through there too. And Potts fires up, blows the smoke out, rejoins the race. Bad news is he's a lap down.
So Cole Potts a lap down now, but he's back in the race. Hood's still up. Hopefully Cole's going to be smart, keep that truck together and in one piece. So he's got a good race truck for tomorrow. He's out of it for today. He's going to want to play it smart. There is Serapis driving the Aaron Baumbach's number 3 Strategic Staffing Solutions truck. Little hung up, not quite the way he wanted to see himself getting through that section. That is over in the back. As we see the safety truck getting out of the way, we've got a good race right now. I'm seeing if that is Lyondike or Harlan. It is Harlan right there, so good race for him. Good battle, I should say, and behind him, that is Eric Davis, 2 spots back as well. Meanwhile, coming over the start-finish line again, it's the showstopper, Sheldon Creed at number 57. Behind him, Jeff Hoffman. What a run for the Hoff. He's got the speed to run with Creed. He just can't keep up with him just yet.
Brabham just clearing Cole Potts to put him a lap down as the Hallmark Trust commentary limps its way back towards the pits. You've got Lyondike Jr. still in this race as well. Race number 50 for Ari Jr. here today. 2 race wins coming in Perth and Detroit earlier this year over in Michigan. But Sheldon Creed, I don't think he'll be caught from this point, so we're working our 9th lap.
This is 9 laps of 10. Eric Davis again on the front stretch with huge air. Nothing like flat landing it time after time on the front wheels. Eric Davis, huge hang time for the always evolving truck right there. Really sending it here all day long. Out in front, Sheldon Creed. Behind him in P2, Jeff Hoffman. Matty Brabs in P3, still looking really good. Good points for Brabs right now. And it looks like it is Lyondike in P4. Where is Gavin Harlan? He's a few spots back. He needs to be in front of Brabham if he wants to win a championship.
But for Creed, he's coming through the crossover section now. And a handy margin back to Hoffman, who's second. Brabham third. Lyondike Jr. runs in fourth ahead of Harlan. And that looks like Serapis at the top of the hill. It is. Coming down the other side in the number 3. So he'll drop to the tail of the field.
All right, so it looks like Serapis is going to be motioned over to a safe spot as he's having some struggles in the Strategic Staffing Solutions number 3, normally piloted by Aaron Bombach. So he is pulling off. Bombach going to be bummed out about that one because he's hoping to get some good points out of Serapis here this weekend. Meanwhile, great race over in the back with some of them. White flag is out for Sheldon Creed. 1 lap left to go for the showstopper.
Cheer him on, folks. This guy is not in championship contention this year. He's our most successful driver in series history. And he's climbing towards Talladega for the final time. Brabham runs back in third behind Hoffman, so more points, crucial points. As Lyondike Jr. gets the airtime award on this lap right in front of our commentary position. He's reigned in 4th position ahead of Harlan. And Mears, who's several laps down now, in 7th position. So we started with 12. It's been an attrition-filled race. But as ever, it's turned on some huge excitement here. The Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks. Your race leader has less than half a lap remaining.
Literally a lot of ups and downs on this one. We promised you some action. We promised you some paint swapping. Well, you're getting it here, folks. As we're coming down to the last half lap, you see Jarrett Brooks. He's in the infield just watching. Sad day for him thus far. Rolled over earlier qualifying. Now having some problems, mechanical possibly. And he's a guy that coulda, woulda given Sheldon Creed a run. Jarrett Brooks, such a young, talented guy. You see him laughing as he's watching Sheldon just sending it over some of the big jumps here. He's having a good time just being a fan right now of his buddy.
We'll have to wait for tomorrow to see that battle reignite. There's Hoffman. Good points for the United Fiber and Data, number 47. He runs in second, but 9 seconds away from our race leader, who's not too far away from collecting another race victory to extend his overall lead in race wins. Nobody has won more races than Sheldon Creed, and he's on his way down towards the final turn here at Glen Helen Raceway after topping the timesheets in qualifying. Is on his way to collect a race win. While the championship stays alive, the checkered flag will come out and the win goes to Sheldon Creed. 34 victories to his name. An incredible feat. Brabham home for 3rd position behind Hoffman.
And there is Ari Lyondike Jr. coming over the finish line as well, looking like he is going to be in a 4th position, I believe. Eric Davis, all kinds of squirrely on the last lap.
Just confirming now, screen's right in front of us here now. Just bear with us for a moment here, folks. We got Jeff Hoffman showing at the top. He's in victory lane right now. And we believe the Creed had stopped. So apologies for that. We missed it. And Sheldon Creed not getting the victory. The truck coming to a stop. So we apologise for that. Giving the win to Hoffman. So Hoffman picks up his second race win of the season. We'll head trackside with Rat Salt right now. His second win for this young, talented racer.
All right. Thank you, guys. We're down here with our winner, day number 1 here, Stadium Super Trucks. Jeff Hoffman, man, congratulations. What a battle out there. Sheldon Creed, you guys were going at it. You and all these guys. But Sheldon had, it looks like a motor issue, but you brought it home, man. Top of the box. You got to be pretty pumped here, day number 1.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, qualified second this morning, so we started second row, took off, ended up getting into the back of someone in turn 1. Hood came off. I think I came out like 4, so I was just sticking there. I knew I ended up pretty well. Then I ended up spitting it out here in turn 3. And I was like, oh, geez, this is over. But no, ended up coming back, making a couple more passes, and then Sheldon just slowly died off on the last lap, and I ended up getting by him. So sucks for him. Hopefully they can get it finished up for tomorrow. He'll be back out here because he definitely had that one locked up today.
He was definitely locked up, but you know what? Racing is racing. It doesn't matter till you're standing right up here with that big old number 1 in your hands. And, yeah, we saw the spin out, and you were just consistent. Just take your time, worked your way back up. But I know you got a lot of people that support your whole program, your whole race team. You want to thank everybody?
Yeah, I just want to give it up to my parents. They put a lot of effort into this, and it's for them. And I got to thank Live, United Fiber and Data, and Robbie for getting us out here because this is an insane event. I love it.
Not bad for the first one here, right? Going for that world championship for sure. So it ain't over till it's over for sure. Tomorrow's the main event, 12 o'clock. Those of you watching at home, you'll be back. You're going to go wash this thing up, maybe throw a little new glass on it, get a little more aero coming into it. Well, looking forward to seeing you starting on pole position tomorrow, the main event.
Thank you. Yep, should be a good one tomorrow.
All right, we will see you there. Congratulations. We'll go over here. We got Matt Rabham right here, second place. In contention for that overall championship, Matt. Congratulations. Second place. What a battle out there, man. What do you think of this course out here? A little different than you guys are used to. You got the supercar courses out in Australia. We started the first round here just down the street in Lake Elsinore, but man, we stepped it up with this course, and you definitely adapted. You know how to drive dirt as well, no doubt about it.
I'm getting there. I wouldn't say I'm as good as Sheldon and the Hoff and those guys that kick it up front. I mean, they were unbelievable today, and I didn't have the pace that they did. I just survived. I mean, that was an absolutely insane race. I mean, from a driver's cockpit, I mean, all you're seeing is dirt in your face, cars like getting on 2 wheels everywhere, and people breaking stuff and crashing into each other. So I mean, that I've never seen so much entertainment in such a small amount of time my whole entire life. So I was just glad I got through, and I was lucky, and congrats to the Hoff. He was charging through. I mean, he passed me like I was nothing, sailed off into the distance, but, I'm stoked with second. That's awesome.
Well, nothing. Second place. Are you kidding? That's huge right there. Definitely a good battle. We're looking forward to tomorrow, but I know throughout your whole career you've done so many good things, and that's why you have so many great sponsors. You want to thank everybody on the side of your truck that helped you guys get out here and put this program together?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, Robbie, number 1, put on this awesome event, and then obviously the sponsors of my truck that have been supporting me the whole year. So we got DeVilbus. They've been on board with me. They've been excellent partners, and Hawk. And then we've got also my personal partners, from Australia, Gale Pacific, the Boat Works, and obviously representing the Chris Carl Frog Foundation. So it's so cool to be out here. I'm having so much fun. So, yeah, I can't wait for tomorrow.
Well, it shows. Definitely in your element. Love to see you adapting to this dirt track. This is nothing like anybody's ever brought off-road for sure. Only Robbie Gordon brings it. Great job to you, and we're looking forward to seeing you on the starting line tomorrow. Sitting right there, sitting shotgun right next to the man over here, the Hofberg.
Yeah, the Hoff. He's on fire. It's going to take a whole nother element and a whole step up in my driving on dirt to compete on his level. And Sheldon. So I don't know what happened to Sheldon. He was parked on the top in that last lap. What a heartbreaker. But, yeah, those guys will be up guns firing tomorrow, and I got a championship to think about as well, so I don't know if I'll send it as much as those guys are sending it, but man, I'll just try and survive and hopefully keep learning on this dirt stuff.
Let's talk about that. So it's been 18 races. This is the final here at Glen, Helen, and you're in contention going for that number 1 spot. And to you right now, it's not even just about the win. It's about going for that overall world championship title here in the Stadium Super Trucks.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially a track like this, you can get bit anywhere. So it's a huge hit to the championship if you don't finish. And so that's, number 1 goal for me is finishing, getting that championship, banking the points, and then secondly, trying to win races. I mean, if I can win races, then that's the best I can do. So that's still a goal, but I'm taking it. Just bring it back a notch, especially at a place like this.
Well, second place. That's not far of a notch back. Congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow. Good work today.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
All right. Cheers. We love seeing that. So we're going to go over here to number 25, Ari Lyondike Jr. Man, what's going on? Third place. Got to be pretty pumped. I know you want to be on top of the box, but man, did we bring it today. What a battle out there you guys had. The best show I've ever seen, Stadium Super Trucks, watching you guys today.
Yeah, it was pretty much mayhem out there. Survival of the fittest, typical off-road race. The Hoff was really quick. I mean, he had some mistakes up there, but he just kept pulling me. So it was good, though. I'm really stoked on third. I mean, I'm bummed for Sheldon. He broke down right before the finish. The temps were just sky high. I think, just the soft dirt and climbing these hills is hard on the truck, but what a show. It's pretty awesome. I had the best seat in the house, though, for sure.
Absolutely, and the show's just getting started. The party continues tomorrow for the main event. Right now, you're right up where you want to be, right on that front line. Good line choice going into that first turn for sure. So tell me the difference. I mean, you do so much of the road racing and stuff, but tell me about this course compared to everything you guys have done throughout 18 races this year. But, man, this one is by far the gnarliest.
Yeah, just like a typical dirt track, it changes every lap. One time you'll throw it in the corner, all will be good. The next time there'll be a big rut there, and you'll have to correct. And I hit this berm really hard, went over it, back onto the track. It was insane. But it was really cool to have UFD and to have them support me again, to have me out here. And I didn't think we'd be sitting third after qualifying. We qualified 6th, but clean race paid off for sure.
Definitely did your job. Anybody else you want to thank? This UFD truck has some backing.
Well, I want to thank Lauren for coming here, my doodle Dallas, and our little baby to be inside there. And life is good right now. I'll just keep racking up the podiums and wins and keep on rolling.
Well, congratulations on that. Do you guys have a name? Do you know? You probably don't know yet. She's not even showing, but I don't know. It could be a junior. Hopefully somebody that's going to take over the reins. Well, great to see you out here. And
they say talent skips a generation. So if it is a boy, we don't know yet, then maybe he'll be a quick driver. Who knows?
Well, you're all about talent. Congratulations. We'll see you on the starting line tomorrow, Ari. All right, great work. Ari Lyondike Jr. right there. New baby coming. Labradoodle in the house. Beautiful wife. He's just on top of Cloud 9. That is what racing off-road's about, bringing the family out here, having a good time. I'm going to throw it back up. Sean, what a race.
Rat-a-tat-tat. Nice job out there, brother. Congratulations to our top 3, and especially the Hoff, Jeff Hoffman, and the live United Fiber and Data of number 47 for a second Stadium Super Trucks victory. Great stuff going on, Matt Nolte. How wild was that? Above and beyond our expectations, I'd say.
Yeah, they always seem to do it, don't they, these guys out there. Well done to Jeff Hoffman. His second win of the season backs up that win in Perth. And to Matt Brabham and Ari Lyondike Jr. on the podium there in third position. We love the fact we get to do it all again tomorrow. That's the best part for our team behind the scenes to get some of these trucks turned around here at the famous Glen Helen Raceway. It's going to be a long night ahead.
Absolutely. The party is just getting begun. It's time to have some cervezas, relax, have a good time. We've got ourselves roughly about an hour before we get into the Jump Champs Jump Contest. That is going to be up in the top section up by the Premier Motorhome Parking. As you see where the drivers from SST and all the others go, they hit the uphill triple and around the horseshoe around the grandstands. That's where the Jump Kings is going to be going down. That's happening at 5 o'clock. But in the meantime, come on over, check out the Midway. Check out, get yourself something to eat, get yourself a beer, and come over and check out Stadium Super Trucks Paddock and all of our competitors from all of our classes.